Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's episode, which is just, breaking down the latest season of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and dissecting the last night's episode 13, Bermuda Views and Bathtub Blues. So before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's go. So the season to me is finally starting to heat up, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what happens during the quote Bermuda meltdown. But it needs to be the next episode. I feel like they've kind of milked this what is Heather Gay talking about on the phone plot, storyline, drama, and twist for a while, and it's time for them to kind of step up and tell us exactly what they think it is, okay? And we do have one conspiracy theory about what they're talking about on the phone, thanks to our candy cane, Natoski. So before we get into that, let's talk about the episode itself. So, our conspiracy theory was confirmed that Whitney has been weaponizing her healing journey and her spiritual journey against the ladies, especially when it comes to Lisa Barlow and Heather Gay. She's like, my feelings, my boundaries, my wah, 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 wah. It is exhausting. It is absolutely exhausting. I also think that this episode was a setup for the rest of the season. I think we're going to see Whitney versus Heather. When it comes to that, I am obviously Team Heather. It's going to be Whitney versus Lisa, and I'm Team Lisa. We're going to see Meredith versus Angie, and I'm Team Meredith. And surprisingly, we're going to see Meredith versus Lisa. But the surprising part is that I am Team Meredith. I love Lisa Barlow, but I have to side with my girl Meredith when it comes to their beef and their feud. So yeah, we'll get into it. So let's move on to Meredith Marks. So this might be an unpopular opinion. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys felt the same way as I did. Let me know. Put it down in the chat box if you agree with this, or if you don't. I would love your opinion. So this might be an unpopular one, but I thought that Meredith complaining about not having a bathtub and, being dehydrated and needing an IV, I thought that was a complete vibe. To me, it was very classic OG housewife behavior and moments. It was giving Vicky Gunvalson. This isn't a family van, like when she lost her crap over that, and how every single, girls trip or vacation that they take, Vicky somehow ends up in the hospital or at urgent care or in the emergency room or needing an IV. To me, Meredith was winning. She was my MVP of tonight's episode. I just thought that was completely housewives gold. It was very classic moments of like, I didn't have a bathtub and everybody knows I love baths and how dare you, and I felt so disrespected. I loved it. I thought it was a kiki. I thought it was a moment. It was light. It was fluff. It gave. Also, why I thought Meredith was the MVP of tonight's episode. Meredith ate Angie up every single time she could. Meredith just really, yes, Barbara, 100%. It was giving Ramona, 100%. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, candy cane, Barbara. 100%. It was giving Ramona. Definitely like that OG housewife vibes. I was here for it. And Meredith eats Angie up every single time. She snatches her edges and she leaves no crumbs because Angie simply can't keep up. Angie is not good at shade. She's not good at a comeback. She's very low, muted energy. And Meredith is very smart. She's a wordsmith, she's a lawyer, and she's very, very strategic. And Angie simply cannot keep up with her. And Meredith just eats her every single time she talks to her. I'm living for it. Also, going back to Meredith having that sort of strategic lawyer mind, she was very, very smart. Very, very smart not to comment on the Angie's financial troubles and Greek mafia rumors when Monica brought them up on camera. This was a very smart, it's giving Lisa Vanderpump, it's giving Sniper from the Side, it's giving I'm going to get every single storyline rumor on this show that I want without being legally liable for a damn thing. Because Angie cannot sue Meredith for Meredith simply showing Monica something. But she could sue Monica because Monica is the one who verbally repeated it on camera. Those are two different things, right? So Meredith is an assassin. She is a sniper from the side. She is getting, everything she wants out there without getting her own hands dirty. She can just have plausible deniability. She's very, very smart. That's why she said, look up what a threat is, because you're using it incorrectly. Meredith is very, very smart, very strategic, and she is a lawyer. Don't forget that. And she's being very smart. Now, it's also giving Jen Shah and Angie H vibes, because this is the same exact MO that they used against Lisa Barlow with the Lisa Barlow rumors. Well, I heard someone said, this isn't coming from me, but, right? So they're getting those rumors out there, and instead of those rumors coming from Meredith and Jen Shah, the rumors are coming from Monica, sniper from the side, Meredith. It's also giving the Finsta account, right? Using fake Instagram accounts to spread rumors. This is the Angie H vibes. Remember her and her like weirdo husband had to like apologize to Jen and Coach Shah because they were the ones who were behind the fake Shah exposed account. And they were using the account to spread rumors about Lisa and Jen and anybody else they didn't like. And because they actually got caught, that it was actually them behind it, they had to come out and like apologize. It's giving someone in somebody's camp, I'm not going to say it's Meredith's camp because she's a lawyer and I don't want her to come after me, but it feels like somebody in somebody's camp or somebody's team or a fan that wants to really buddy up to these women are starting these accounts to use as a vehicle to, quote, anonymously be an anonymous source to spread rumors. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're the ones behind the accounts. But instead of saying, this rumor is coming from me, they're saying, oh no, this random Instagram account just so happened to DM me court documents, just so happened to DM me SEC filings, just so happened to DM me, Greek mafia photographs, right? Like, what? Come on. And the reason why it's like, what, come on, is because if it really is the sort of anonymous source, then I would think like, wouldn't you send it to like TMZ or Radar Online or Reality Blurb or I don't know, People Magazine, Us Weekly? Why are you sending it just to the ladies who are on the cast? You see what I'm saying? So it just feels like it's very Finsta account and trying to say like, let's get these rumors out there, but I want to make sure that I'm not going to be legally liable on the hook for being the source of the rumors. You see what I'm saying? So it's really giving those vibes. All right. Now let's go on. Okay. Now, when it comes to Lisa Barlow, okay, I'm being messy and petty because I am so here for the Lisa Barlow and Whitney Rose feud. I'm here for it. I've never made any bones about this. And again, just for new candy canes who may not understand, when I come for someone, it's not personal. I don't hate anybody. It's not personal. It's just because we're talking about a TV show and it's a fun kiki and everything is said in a lightheartedness. With that being said, I've always said I don't like Whitney. And again, not personally. It's just for fun. You know what I mean? A Whitney girl bye. So I am living for Lisa Barlow, seeing Whitney Rose for the weird snake that she is. And I also love how Lisa basically admitted, like, yeah, we're not really friends. I just sort of tiptoe around you because I think that you're weak and I don't want to deal with your outburst. That's basically what Lisa said at the table. She was like, yeah, I walk on eggshells because I know some people can handle it and some people can't. And I just don't want to like deal with you. That's basically what Lisa Barlow said. And then weird Whitney, who is again on this like bizarre spiritual healing thing, is so needy. Like, it's like I want to give her inner child like a big hug because it's just like, you're a mess. Well, do you tiptoe around me because you love me? Like, what? Again, Whitney, you're acting like you and Lisa are like having sex. Like you guys are in an actual like real relationship. Like when not this episode, but the episode before, she's like, I wanted you, Lisa. I wanted you. I was like, are y'all together? Like you're talking to her like you should talk to your husband, not like you're talking to like your co-star, co-worker, brunch buddy, because that's really what the two of you are. Don't get it twisted. Lisa Barlow does not consider you her actual friend, Whitney. Don't ever get that twisted. She doesn't. She basically said that tonight to your face. Okay. And Heather, God bless Heather, was like, what are you talking about? You want Lisa to be the first person to hug you after your best friend dies of cancer? Like, what world are we living in? It was just giving very psycho, very weird, very like pick me vibes, very much like you need to call in like a telemed session with your therapist ASAP, because why are you begging for Lisa Barlow's love and attention and affection like she's your man? She's not your man. The person that you need to love you, the person that you need to be there for you, honestly, Whitney, is yourself. I have a course on self-love, and Whitney, you need to take it because your childhood wounds are bleeding all over the place, and I'm tired of it. It's sloppy and it's messy. Girl, bye. All right. With that being said, Whitney saying that she was helping Lisa be a better person, that is so condescending and patronizing. Like, if somebody said that about me, I would be like, excuse me, miss? Like, I would have the Lisa Barlow response, like, only God can make me be a better person and nobody else can control me. Like, that's it. When Jesus comes back, we can chit chat and he'll make me a better person. Until then, pipe down. And so I love that Lisa seems to be toughening back up and getting her mojo back, because she kind of has been lacking that mojo that made me love her so much, because again, like getting in her feelings when Whitney came at her at the Meredith party, crying and storming out. She was right. She made a valid point. Whitney was the one who attacked her at the party, and then Whitney came back and partied until 1:00 in the morning. Doesn't seem like she was. I'm not going to say it doesn't seem like she was mourning her friend, because it's not my place to tell someone how to grieve. How to grieve. So I'm not saying that, but you weren't that upset over Lisa if you stayed at the party and kept partying. You just wanted Lisa to look bad and feel bad because you were in your feelings, because for some reason you treat Lisa like she's your man and she's not. You want someone to give you a gift? Ask Justin. You want someone to just be there for you and you want them? Ask Justin. You want someone to love you? Ask Justin. But before you ask Justin, ask yourself. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. I'm tearing up Whitney. It's not even her slide yet. Sorry. I digress. But as you guys know, I do love Lisa. I'm a Lisa stan. But where she does fall short is, and this is foreshadowed in the promos for the next episode. Lisa, you got to, and I mean, you have to let the bitterness of what happened between you and Meredith Marks go. It's tired. It's old. You're getting triggered by what goes on between Meredith and Monica and Angie with the Greek mafia rumors. You're going off. You did this to me, Meredith. You're done. You're done. You're done. Clearly, Lisa never got over it, and she's still butthurt over it. And it's tired at this point. Lisa, let it go. You had a hot mic moment, and you ripped Meredith and her whole family apart. Granted, there is a nuance to this, and I will tell you what the nuance is. Everything Lisa said in her hot mic moment about Meredith had already been publicly spoken about. There was nothing that Lisa said in her hot mic moment. Yes, she said it in a very like upset, pissed off way because she was in her feelings and she was mad. But she didn't expose Meredith in any way. She just repeated, because she was pissed, everything that had already been talked about, everything that was already in the public eye. She did not say anything about Meredith or her family that was not already publicly out there. To her credit, she didn't. So the difference is, when Meredith was on her get back with Lisa, that's why she got together with Jen Shaw. So she got back together with Jen Shaw, and Meredith was on her get back with Lisa. This is the difference. The rumors that Meredith partook in, spreading about Lisa, like the SEC filings and her businesses and alluding to doing favors for all this stuff, blah, 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 whatever the heck, whatever they were. Some of those rumors came from Whitney, and some of those rumors came from Meredith. Whitney is not the brightest bulb in the lamp or whatever you want to call it. So she conflated the two things. But the rumors that Meredith said about Lisa were different than the rumors that Whitney said. Because even Meredith was like, what? I never heard that. Because Meredith was repeating the rumors that I think her and Jen Shah made up about Lisa. So there is nuance to it, because the things that Meredith said about Lisa were new, quote, rumors that were not, to my knowledge, out there in a very public way. Maybe a deep dive on Reddit somewhere or in somebody's idea somewhere, but it wasn't in a very mainstream public way. So Meredith's Get Back was a little bit dirtier because she did expose alleged things about Lisa and her husband and their finances and their businesses, whatever. Whether it's true or not is neither here nor there, that were not in the public eye. And I do think that's a meaningful difference, right? But I do think at this point, Lisa needs to let it go. Turnabout's fair play. You went after Meredith because you were pissed at her. She went after you because she was pissed at you. At this point, you got to let the bitterness go, Lisa. You got to let it go. You got to drop it. Okay? Whew. So there's where I stand with that. Now, Whitney. Ugh, all right, Whitney. I already went in on Whitney, but just to continue. Whitney thinking that she's somehow Lisa Barlow's or anyone's life coach is laughable. Like, it's bizarre. And I loved how Lisa was just like, I don't have Tony Robinson's conversations with her. I was like, yes, exactly. 100%, using the therapy and spiritual speak. She uses it to manipulate and try to guilt the other women to get her way. She uses it to control. And then Whitney taking the bath while the group was waiting as a slight to Meredith. I didn't think it was a vibe. I thought it was really petty and really corny. Like, Whitney, try again, Whitney, try again. But you're just, everything you're doing just isn't landing. It's just not landing. And then Whitney's real problem with Lisa is that she's friends with Heather and she's the one who's jealous. It was, basically verbatim projection. Oh, everyone is jealous of me and Lisa's relationship, and I don't want to tell you how close we are because you'll get triggered and try and ruin it. What? Girl, isn't that exactly what you're doing? You're so bothered and you're so triggered by Lisa and Heather's relationship. You're the one who's trying to ruin not only your own relationship with Lisa, but Lisa's relationship with Heather. That is what this whole thing boils down to. And honestly, Heather Gay was spot on. You were acting like a devotee of the Lisa Barlow cult, and it was really bizarre and very, very weird. And you're such a fangirl for Lisa. You're so up her butt. It's insane. It's insane. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. And I'm telling you, it is, I don't know if you've ever been around people who are just so mentally and emotionally stunted. I don't mean, and I want to be very clear, I don't mean people who are on the spectrum or people who have mental challenges like that. I don't mean that. I want to be very, I'm clearly not making fun or being disrespectful. So I want to make that very clear. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people like Whitney, where they are so immersed in their own emotional needs and feelings and boundaries that being around them is just exhausting. And like Lisa said, you have to tiptoe on eggshells because you don't know what you're going to say that's going to set them off. I have been around people like this, and it is tiresome and it is exhausting having to always micromanage other people's BS. And that is what I feel with Whitney. It's exhausting to watch. I couldn't imagine being friends with her. It's a lot. And she's very delusional. Heather Gay was right. She's delusional, thinking that Meredith and Heather would want to ruin Lisa and Whitney's friendship. First of all, I don't think Meredith thinks about Whitney at all. And I actually don't think Heather wants to ruin the relationship between Whitney and Lisa. I think Heather just wants to have her own friendship with Lisa. And I think that is what is making Whitney so jealous, because she feels left out. She's also a hypocrite because at the table, she's like, you guys put me in the middle between Heather and Lisa. And they both were like, no, you put yourself in the middle. You did that. But isn't that exactly what Whitney did earlier in the episode when she goes to Angie and she goes, I don't want you to feel like you're in the middle. If anybody starts a conversation with, I don't want you to feel like you're in the middle, what they're saying is, I'm asking you to choose my side. I don't want to put you in the middle, but what did Lisa say about me? So you're putting Angie in the middle because you want her as an ally for you in the middle of your beef with Lisa, but yet you wanted to say that you didn't want to be in the middle between Heather and Lisa when you repeatedly inserted yourself. And to be honest with you, the real reason why why Whitney turned her back on Heather is because she did it because she thought that would make her better friends with Lisa. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? So a big reason why Whitney turned her back on Heather was because Heather and Lisa were beefing, and Whitney basically said, I'm switching sides. I used to ride with you, Heather. Now I'm going to go over here and ride with Lisa. And the best way for me to become BFFs with Lisa is to turn on you. Because unfortunately, when it comes to female friendships, sometimes the anchor of those friendships is hating on another girl. It's sad, but it's true. Oh, you don't like her? I don't like her. Hey, girl, let's be friends, right? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that is why Whitney is so hurt and triggered and acting out and jealous, because she's like, wait a minute, Lisa. I threw away my friendship with Heather for you, and now you're discarding me for her? I'm cooler than Heather. I'm prettier than Heather. You should be friends with me and not her. That's what this all boiled down to. And rest in peace and condolences. And I say this very, very respectfully, but I don't think that Whitney's issue with Lisa actually has anything to do with the fact that her friend passed away. I think it only has to do with the fact that she's pissed off that in her mind, she thinks Lisa is choosing Heather over her. And she's weaponizing the death of her friend in order to get some get back. You know? It's weird. It's bizarre. I don't know what's going on here. Really, really bizarre. Okay. Let's move on to Miss Heather. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I am loving Heather Gay this season. She's giving. I'm loving her. I loved how she called out Whitney. It was epic the way she did on her hypocrisy, on her lies. And this point, I have been saying this since season 1, and I am so happy that Heather is now saying it too. And Lisa has said it as well. But it's when Whitney in particular narrating people in a delusional way. And she was like, don't narrate me. And that was the same thing that Lisa said, like, don't narrate me. Because Whitney will do this. I don't know if she's that smart where she's doing it intentionally, or whether in her mind the wires are just crossed. And this is actually how she experiences what people say and do. But this is what she does. Somebody will say something or do something. She will assume why they're saying it or why they're doing it. And then she repeats it back as if it's fact. And that's a very dangerous thing to do. And that has caused a lot of drama, a lot of friendship fallings out, a lot of BS. I don't know if she's smart enough to be doing that strategically, or if she just again, she's not like the brightest bulb. And in her mind, that's what she really thinks is going on. I don't know. But either way, she is notorious for doing that. Whitney and Heather used to do it together until their little friendship broke up. Gina and Emily and OC do this all of the time. And I can't stand them for it. And people fall for their okie doke. They just believe what they say instead of confirming the facts. And that's what we have going on in Potomac. I don't even know if I'm going to continue to review Potomac. It's so horrible. But to be honest with you, that was Wendy's downfall. She just believed what Ashley told her about what Nneka was saying without confirming that that was actually what Nneka said. And if she had actually done her due diligence and just talked to Nneka on the side, this whole voodoo, shrine, Facebook unfollowing, BS storyline would never have happened. And that's the core thing. When people just regurgitate something to you, you can't just take it as if it's the truth and face value and then go buck wild on people. So she's right. Whitney does that. And Whitney was talking crap behind Lisa's back. I'm making her a better person. Again, are you like, you sound like those girls who are like, I can change him. I can change him. He's changing. You know, sounds like Brittany and Jax. He's changing. He's changing. You can't change a man. And that's what she sounds like. I'm making him better. I'm doing activities with him. We're having all of these long conversations. He's changing. Lisa Barlow isn't changing, and if she was, it wouldn't be for you, Whitney. And I don't want Lisa Barlow to change. I want her to get actually more back. And we saw glimpses of that tonight at the table when she was going at it with Whitney and when she was talking to Heather. That is the Lisa Barlow that I love and stan. It's that girl who is just so confident in herself, and she's like, no one's gonna influence me, no one is gonna change me except for God and my husband and my kids. Other than that trifecta, like, leave me alone. I was like, yes, Lisa, this is why you're the best, this is why you're the MVP, this is why I love you. Like, I love women and girls who have unshakable belief in self, and that is what bothers so many people. You know, when you have like a Lisa Vanderpump, or you have like a Lisa Barlow, or, you know, just people who just have unshakable confidence in self, particularly women, so many people get bothered by that. But that is what I love. Like, when there's a woman who has that type of oomph and confidence and like, I don't give an F, and like, chick, I wish you would energy, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So I want Lisa to get back to that version of her. And that's why I really want her to like get over the whole Meredith Marks thing. Like, it's beneath you, girl. It's time to move on. And that's why I'm also here for the Heather and Lisa friendship. This is the friendship I didn't know I needed. It's so much better and so much more fun and light, and it's such a good kiki, and they're such a good duo. Like, I love Heather and Lisa's friendship way more than I ever loved Heather and Whitney's friendship. I want Meredith and Lisa to be friends too, because I do love that friendship. When they are good, they're good, you know? And it's so much more fun to watch them when they're getting along and they're having fun and they're double teaming Whitney, and it's just really funny, and it's a beat and it's a moment. It is refreshing and it's fun to watch. So I really, really hope that Lisa and Meredith become friends again. And I really, really hope Lisa and Heather stay friends, because it's just so much more enjoyable to watch. Okay. Now, let's move on to Miss Monica. So at first I was like, why is Monica kissing Meredith's butt? Like, what is going on? She was like, Meredith, do you need a blanket? Meredith, do you need some coffee? Meredith, do you need a sleeping pill? Meredith, do you need some food? Meredith, do you want me to leave the light on for you? Meredith, do you want me to snuggle you? Meredith, do you want to, you know, I don't know, like, do you want me to leave the shades open for you? Meredith, I was like, what is going on? Why is she up her butt? And then it all comes together at the very end of the episode, where it is clear that Monica needs allies on the show, because I think she's figuring out that it ain't gonna be Lisa Barlow. Whitney and Monica don't really have any interactions. It seems very neutral between the two of them, but they don't really, like, I've never seen Whitney and Monica have a conversation, kind of just the two of them. I think she thinks that Angie is a weak link and is not strong enough to be an ally to her. And then I think she realizes that she kind of lost Heather once the whole, you know, Little House on the Mormon Prairie party happened. And Heather basically put her in her place and was like, if you don't shape up, you're going to ship out. I think she realized she kind of lost Heather. And so she needed an ally. And don't forget, like I said before, Meredith was Jen Shah's ally at the very end of during season 3, and even when before Jen went to jail, because it was Meredith and Seth and Heather who flew to New York to be with Jen. So I think she took a big note from Jen's playbook, right? She knew that if she went after Lisa Barlow, then that would put her at the center of the drama, because anytime you come for the queen, you get attention. So that was pretty much Jen Shah 101. And Meredith and Jen Shah were in cahoots. They were in cahoots with spreading the rumors. There was the whole Finsta account that we talked about before. So they know how to use fake Instagram accounts. And so I think that the reason why Monica was all up Meredith's butt was because she thought Meredith is going to be my ally, and we're about to go do some dirt. We are about to expose Angie, and we're going to do some dirt together, and I'm going to use Monica, and I'm going to use Meredith to keep my snowflake and to be a part of all the drama. And also, I think Monica is a producer plant. I think the producers tell her, hey, girl, you need to talk about this. Well, what are you guys talking about off camera? You need to bring it back in there. Blah, 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 blah. Right? So there's that. Now, Monica is so messy. So messy. And she is also a snake. And she will stab you in the back in a heartbeat. First of all, saying that Angie could be in the Greek mafia is a very dangerous rumor to repeat. I don't know how the mafia works or what the deal is. Like, I think it's like, what are those movies? Like The Godfather. Like, obviously I know what the mafia is. So I'm just assuming it's very dangerous to say that somebody is a part of it, whether they are or aren't, just to put that out there on somebody's family, very dangerous. And I see that Monica, again, is going to play the victim. She's going to throw Meredith off the bus, under the bus. But don't blame Meredith. You are a grown woman, and you are the one who chose to betray Angie not once, but twice. Because again, Meredith has not said on camera any actual rumor against Angie and her family out of her own mouth. Again, the only reason why it is on camera and we know what these quote rumors are is because they came out of Monica's mouth. Monica was the one who said Angie's husband was cheating on her with men. Monica was the one who said this Instagram account said that she was the Greek mafia, that they have done really shady stuff, that they have filed for bankruptcy and they have financial issues and all this other stuff. Nothing came out of Meredith's mouth at all. You can say all day long, Meredith showed me this Instagram account. Meredith called me and told me, well, you're still a grown woman, you're still an adult, and you can still decide not to open your mouth. But you wanted to open your mouth because you want it to be messy, you're loyal to no one, and you wanted a moment, and you're fighting to keep your snowflake. And you're going to blame everybody around you for your actions, just like you always do. Just like you always do. And I get it. Meredith was the one who showed her the stuff. I do think it was. I do believe that. I do, because Meredith admitted it. I do think she wasn't who showed it to her. But at the end of the day, if you said to a judge, my friend Meredith showed me this bank and told me that this bank had money in it, so that's why I went into the bank and robbed it. Guess who's going to jail for robbery? You. So just because Meredith told you something or showed you something doesn't mean it's her fault that you went back and spilled it on television. Meredith is playing chess and you're playing Foursquare. Is it called Foursquare? Connect Four. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Additionally to that, her whole toxic mom storyline continues to crumble. And she continues to be exposed because you can tell she's still lying. She's like, oh, yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah, even though me and my mom aren't on good terms. Sure. she's still helping me connect with my family here in Bermuda. So your mom is so horrible, so toxic. After you cuss this woman out on national television, after you made this woman walk home by herself, you did all this to her, you disrespected her, you're throwing shoes at parties. She still is helping you connect with your family in Bermuda so you could have a moment on the show. Because let's be honest, the only reason why you're connecting with your family in Bermuda is because you want to have a moment on the show. Heather said, "Oh, it's your birthday. Let's take you to Bermuda. You have family here, and your mom is helping you." That doesn't sound like a vindictive, toxic, abusive mother to me. It sounds like a mother who really loves her daughter. And even though her daughter is a disrespectful, spoiled brat, that's still her daughter, and she's still doing whatever she can to help her. Exactly, Natoski. Your Ted Bundy mom is helping you to still create storylines and have moments on the show. Shut up, Monica. All right, let's move on to Angie. Angie needs to be recast. Literally, her only utility on the show is fodder for Meredith's storyline. I mean, think about it. The only thing that gives Angie any type of like interest is the fact that Meredith gathers her and eats her up every single time she can. Like, that's literally the only utility for Angie on the show, is that it's comic relief when Meredith reads her for filth. You know? And again, she's going to blame Meredith for the financial fraud and bankruptcy rumors and Greek mafia rumors and, my husband is gay and cheating on me rumors, when she really needs to blame Monica. Because again, if Monica had not opened her mouth on camera, none of these rumors would we be talking about right now. Maybe Monica's doing her job. She's bringing the dirt. She's taking people down. But then you need to blame Monica and not blame Meredith. And this is the gag. This is the gag. I actually don't care. I don't care if her husband is gay. I don't care if they're cheating on each other. I don't care if they're in financial ruin. I don't care if they've gone bankrupt. I don't care if they're in the Greek mafia, because at the end of the day, Angie, I don't care about you. Not in a callous, mean, malicious way, not in like a real life way. I mean in a storytelling reality TV way. Because, sometimes when people hear things, they take things way too literally. I don't mean I don't care about her in a human way. Obviously, I care about everybody in a human way. But for the purposes of having a key about a reality TV show, I don't care about her character. I'm not invested. Like, if you guys are cheating, I don't care. If you're in the Greek mafia or not, I just don't. I'm not invested. I don't care. Am I the only one? Like, to me, Angie needs to just be recast. We need somebody else. I need to be at least, like, even with like a Cynthia Bailey, right? Cynthia Bailey was a very beta character, everybody's friend, Nini's beta, but I actually cared about Cynthia. I was invested with what happened to her, with her marriages and the modeling and her, wine collection and her feud with Kinda and Nini and her kids. Like, even though, because they're very similar personality types, sort of beta people who sort of just kind of go with the flow. But even with those types of beta characters, I care about them. I don't care about Angie. I could care less. I'm bored. On to the next. On to the next, right? So that's kind of just like how I feel about her. Now, let's move on to the latest conspiracy theory about what happened in the infamous Bermuda phone call with Heather. Now, shout out to our Candy K Natoski. She sent me this. Now, this is from Walter is Upset. It says, okay, here is the deal. In Bermuda, the ladies find out via Heather that Monica was going to testify against Jen Shah. Had Oh, sorry, guys. Again. Ay. Okay, we're back. Sorry. Okay, where were we? All right. So, this is where I agree and disagree with this theory. I agree comes to I would rather watch Monica and Mary than Heather and anything again. Okay. All right. Sorry, you guys. My internet is being so wacky. So wacky. But I think we're back. Put it in the chat box if you can hear me now. I apologize for that. Put it in the chat if you can hear me now. I'm just going to keep going and pray that you guys can hear me. Okay. So here we go. It's going in and out. Can you hear me now? Is it okay now? Can you hear me now? Let me know. I hope you can. I'm going to keep going and I hope you guys can hear me. Okay, good. All right, good. Yay. Okay. 1 second. Let me check on my mom. Mom, everything's good, okay? Huh? Everything's good. Everything good? Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for giving me grace with my technical issues. We're back. All right. So, is this idea in and of itself plausible? Yeah, I do. I do think that this idea in and of itself is a plausible idea where they're realizing, wait a minute, Monica was actually going to testify against her. Why didn't she tell us, how deep it went? Now, where I think it might be a little implausible is it's kind of like a, well, duh, especially with Meredith being a lawyer. Like, that's why I always called Monica a witness, because to me, it was very obvious that she was going to be a witness. That's what happens when you turn state's evidence. You basically are giving evidence over. And if it's more than likely yes or not, like more likely than not, they're going to want you to testify, whether it's through a deposition and or also on the stand against the person. And that's why you're given grace, whether it's a lighter sentence, whether it's immunity. That's pretty much why you're getting off the hook, is because you're doing something for the state against who they're going against. So either the ladies just didn't put that together. I mean, I put that together. Meredith definitely should have put that together. She's a lawyer and everything. Maybe it didn't occur to them. So if the ladies didn't realize that Monica was going to testify against her, then yeah, that would be a big shock and it would seem like a big betrayal. But to me, I'm kind of like, that's not news. Like, what did you think Monica was going to do? Monica said she had a friend who was a Fed who said, you need to like separate yourself from Jen Shaw and all of this stuff going on. And, she gave like evidence and testimony, like, duh. Like, of course she was going to testify against Jen Shaw. That's why I always called Monica a witness. So to me, I'm kind of like, how is that new news? But again, you never know what people like when it comes to the legal system and everything like that. You never know what people know. And the thing is, we also don't know how Monica spun it. Monica could have spun it like she wasn't going to testify. She just parted ways with Jen Shaw. She could have spun it anyway, because as we know, Monica is a huge liar. Monica's a big liar and she twists the truth and she does a lot of rumors and she's not to be trusted. She throws people under the bus. So could there be some truth to this conspiracy theory that it's revealed that Monica was going to testify against Jen and that's what makes everybody up in arms? I mean, maybe, but I also feel like if that really is it, then that's kind of like a wah, wah, wah. Because honestly, the ladies they don't really like Jen Shah. They're not friends with her. Meredith hasn't spoken to her since she said she was guilty. Heather is basically said, Monica reminds me of Jen, and I need to stay away from those toxic personality types. Mary hates Jen. Lisa Barlow can't be bothered with Jen. Whitney also turned her back on Jen. So if that is the big thing that makes everybody so upset, I don't know. That's kind of lackluster to me. Now, the second part of this conspiracy theory saying that Monica retaliates against Heather by spilling the beans about how Heather got her black eye, and then Heather wanting to have loyalty with her against Monica, that tracks more, that Monica, because I don't trust Monica as far as I could throw her, and I can't even lift her, So the fact that Monica would be someone who would retaliate against someone and someone who would tell somebody's secret or expose somebody, I believe it. Do I think Heather is the personality type who says, this person did me wrong, I need you to be loyal to me? Yeah, we know how much loyalty and picking my side and being there for me and having my back means to Heather, as it does to pretty much everyone, especially these ladies. Be my friend, have my back, all that stuff. So that part of it tracks. And then on top of that, we need to get to the beauty lab stuff, right? With, Monica being the person who stiffed her $2,000 bill with Beauty Lab. We need to get to that too. So there's a lot going on here. So if it turns out that this theory is true, to me, that's sort of a lackluster reason for the girls to be mad, because didn't we already know that that Monica was going to testify and be a witness? Like, Stuart was going to be a witness, and all of her other lackeys was going to be a witness. Monica was one of her assistants. She had a, quote, friend who was a Fed. She told them that Monica told her, or that Jen Shah told her the whole fraud scheme. Like, I thought that was a given that she would testify against Jen if push came to shove. So if that's the big reveal, that's kind of want to me. I do want to know what happened to Heather's Gabe with the black eye, because at this point, like, I want to know. I want my pound of flesh. What happened? Why did it happen? What is going on? I need to know. So, and this has to, like, the whole Bermuda meltdown, like I said earlier, we need to just get to the root of it. It has to be the next episode. If they continue to leave us hanging and not tell us what it is, I'm going to be a little, I don't know, I'm going to feel some type of way, because I feel like they've milked it for long enough. They've milked it for long enough. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. What do you think the big phone call that Heather gets? Is it about Monica being a witness? Is it about Beauty Lab? Or maybe it's something else that none of us have even thought of. Honestly, I hope it's the third. I hope it's something that none of us have guessed. I hope it's a theory that none of us have heard. That's really what I want. I hope it's something that's going to blow our minds. It's going to be super salacious. Hopefully it's not too dark. I don't want anything dark, but I do want something fresh and new. I want it to be a theory that nobody has said. So put it down below. And what do you think about this season so far? And be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, I am going to drop the link in case anybody wants to come up, and I will take your candy cane questions and comments. And thank you guys again for bearing with me when the internet went all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So thank you guys. Hey, LRGA Curve. She says, Lisa is high-key aggressive and angry, yet always the victim. Over her inserting her tears into other ladies' meltdowns, all to deflect. Zero accountability ever taken. Such an entitled victim. Listen, I agree when it comes to Lisa does need to kind of let some stuff go at this point. I do agree with that. There are some things where it's like, we get it, Lisa. You were done wrong. You were done dirty. But it does come a time where it's like, you're on a show. What did you think was going to happen? What did you expect? Come a time where it's like, Natasha,
Hey, girl. Oh, Oh my God. After I was watching the show, I was like scared for Lisa. I almost feel like she needs to put like a restraining order on Whitney. She
I
is
agree.
full on scary. She wants to wear her skin. She's in love with
Uh-huh.
her, like really in love. And it's giving like unrequited love meltdown. I don't know.
It's
There's
giving
something really
single white
single white
female.
female.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's giving. She puts the lotion on the skin. It's like all the horror movies rolled into one.
Yeah.
It's just, and she is just like, has this chaotic, weird, creepy energy. And it's like, it's uncomfortable to watch, honestly.
I agree. And I've said this since day one. And the way she talks is weird to me too. It's always
I,
like, it's like this weird whack cadence, like, oh, and Justin, like, we're both still in this, right? Lisa, like, it's just really weird. Like, it's a weird cadence, it's a weird tone.
I think her voice is fake. I think there's no way a grown woman could have that little childlike voice. Like, it's just, it doesn't even sound like she's using. It reminds me of like how like Paris Hilton made her
Yeah.
voice.
A Paris
It's,
Hilton, Kim Kardashian.
yeah, I don't think this is her real voice. It's just doesn't even sound human at this point.
I agree 100%.
It's very, very scary. And, I never expected to have Heather grow on me because we all know I wasn't the biggest Heather fan, but
Same.
I was very anti Heather, I will admit. However, this season she's a little bit growing on me.
Yep.
And you know why? Because she is showing some change. And I
Mm-hmm.
can always respect that. And I think you're right. I think her and Lisa as a duo is a duo that I never expected.
Yeah, exactly. It was like the friendship I didn't know that I needed.
I know. And I was like, okay, I like this. I like how they looked at each other and they were like, what? You're crazy. And I was like, yes, girls.
She's like, you're delusional.
And I'm glad that Lisa stuck up for herself when she was like, you're trying to be the victim again. Girl, I'm the one who left in tears while you smirked and came back in and partied till 1 a.m.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because what do
Because
you
you want
call
to
it?
weaponize your grief.
She wanted to weaponize the grief and she got what she wanted. She wanted to get some get back at Lisa. And it's really sick. And like I saw some of your comments and I think you're spot on where it's almost like Whitney is in love with Lisa in like a romantic way. It's like she wanted to like punish her. Like the way you would
Mhm.
punish your boyfriend who's at the club with another girl and you go to the club and you have a big fight and he
You gave
leaves the
another girl
club
attention.
and then you stay in the club to party to like show him.
Hmm. It's
Mess.
weird. It's very, very weird.
Yeah,
And it really is like, I'm not even trying to be salacious. It really does. Like, all signs are pointing in that direction. Like, Lisa, if you want to file a restraining order, I wouldn't blame you because it's very, very scary at this point.
I
A-
agree.
And the only thing I just like kind of disagree with you a little bit is that I kind of don't want Lisa to be friends with Meredith because Meredith is a snake.
No, that's okay. You can disagree. That's totally fine. And you
I
don't
know,
have
but
to disagree a little. You can disagree as much as you want.
I know, but I just feel weird because we normally don't.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I don't take that personally. If you disagree, you can disagree.
Because I
Have your
feel,
opinion, girl.
but I'm like, Lisa, do you want to be friends with her? Because she's clearly snaky. She's clearly capable of similar um, undercover maneuvering as Jen and everyone. I don't know. I don't trust Meredith or Monica. I almost said Monica. Both of the M's. Even Mary, she's not really trustable, even though she does make me laugh once in a while. The M's, you got a side eye a little bit right now.
No, that's fine. I get what you're saying. I think when it comes to Meredith and Lisa, I do think that this is why I like them together. I just think that they do have a good friendship prior to like hot mics and blah blah blah. They did have a really good friendship, and I think that there really was a lot of love there. And I actually really do like Meredith. I just think that Meredith is a little bit smarter and more strategic, and she's operating at a little bit of a different level than the other women. And I think what got Lisa's goat is that Meredith got her back in a bigger way than what Lisa did to her. Do you know what I mean? I feel like Lisa kind of feels like the
Because Lisa
punishment
wasn't
into the crime.
strategic when she did that.
No, Lisa was just in her feelings and she had a moment, and it wasn't like she did it on purpose, where I do think Meredith strategically got her get back on Lisa.
Yeah, she was like sneaky behind the scenes. I think those are two different things. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't really trust Meredith. And she needs to let go of this whole bathtub storyline. I need her to stop making it her whole personality. Like, is she coming out with a bathtub line? Like, what is going on? Like, it's just, she was so outrageous when she got to that place and she was like, how dare you? All I wanted was a bathtub. I'm like, and Heather was like, girl, like, did you check the itinerary? There's not time to be taking long soaks. Like,
And
get
then they
over
cue
it.
to Whitney taking a bath.
Right? Whitney's out of control though.
Yeah.
And that tattoo she has is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I basically agree with the Angie thing, of course. And
Oh yeah. Let's
Angie
see.
and her giant sunglasses. Have you noticed that she wears the same, and they're like, they look like each lens is like an iPhone.
She's Angie's. You can talk about Angie. I can't, like I just can't with Angie. She's just so boring to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's just so flat.
Mm-hmm. And it's her voice too. It's very
Mhm.
monotone. Monotone
Very monotone.
voices. Um, who else is on here? Who just
I
came
know.
in?
Hey, Chels, you want to share?
Hey, Shell.
Hey, Mama. Hey, yeah, I just popped in my head right now. I don't know if I missed it, Candy, but did you guys talk about um the last the end of the last scene? Did you guys peep how I felt like Monica realized she was being set up by Meredith? Did you guys talk about that, or like did you guys see that
Yeah.
too, or
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
that just me?
No, go ahead and sound off with your theory. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just feel like, because I felt, based off like what Monica said, like why is Meredith like acting funny, I felt the only thing is, if I feel like I believe Monica, but I wish Monica would have said, the DMs you sent me the other day, like she didn't really say that, but Monica was like really getting at her, like hinting at, the DMs, you know what I mean, like she knows what she was talking about, like her their per their conversation, but Meredith was acting like she had no clue. And then Monica's I felt like her whole demeanor and everything just changed, and she was like, okay, I see what's going on, and then she kind of just kind of changed up, and she got short too in her responses. And so because I feel like with the Whitney, how Whitney used her as bait, I don't think she realized that she was used in that sense. But Meredith is using her too as, bait in to start drama without Meredith being the one. But we'll see next episode that it seems like Monica is going to say, you're the one that sent me the DMs, which is why I only know what I know. And then Lisa gets mad at Meredith with, here we go again, you sharing things.
Yeah. We talked about that, and I agree. I think that where I don't agree is I don't think Monica is like an innocent victim. Like she's definitely gonna try and say, Meredith, you're the one who sent me the information. You're the one who sent me the DMs, which I do think is true. I do think it was Meredith who sent her the information, feeding her the DMs. But at the end of the day, Monica is an adult. And she is the one, and not for the first time, but the second time, is
Mm-hmm.
the one who is on camera repeating whatever these rumors are about Angie. Because if it were not for Monica, who is like Adam said, a 38-year-old woman, she knows exactly what she's doing, not saying it on camera, we wouldn't even be talking about it. Now, Meredith can feed narratives all she wants, because the truth is, all of them do that. They all send each other information. They all send each other blogs. They all send each other stuff. Like it's like Lucy Apple Goosey and Beverly Hills, where they're like, oh my God, Lisa Vanderpump is talking to Raider online. Are you kidding me? They all have press contacts. They all send information to each other. But what happens is the person who brings it to the show, it's on them. And I caught Monica's face, and I think it wasn't that Monica thought that she was being set up. I think Monica realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to be the only person implicated in this because she's not saying anything. So not that Meredith was using Monica, but that Monica was realizing.
That's kind of
like
my
Monica
point, though.
realized, wait, you're not saying it, so that means I'm the only one saying it.
I'm the only one on the hook.
Yeah.
But Monica was down. This is what it was. Monica was down with it. She was down with bringing Angie's rumors to the show. She
thought Meredith was going to join in.
She thought Meredith was with it too. But when Meredith was like, I don't know what you're talking about, I have so much stuff going on, then that's when she realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to be the one left holding the bag. And then that's why
I would have busted her out. I would have busted, like how she said in her confessional, like she broke it down in the confessional. I'm the type of person that would have busted. I would have brought more great TV and would have been like, the DM.
I could have not have held my mouth. Yeah.
Because I acted so like, I was like, are you sick again? Do you have amnesia? Because the way you're looking at me, I would have busted her out like that. And like, then I feel like she's waiting for that. Like, that's probably going to come up at the reunion. But I feel like it would be more believable because, Monica and her track record, it, looks like she's a liar and all X, Y, and Z because of her actions and everything. It would have been better for her to be like, just up front at the table when she's like, I have
what's going on? Did you pop another benzo? Like what's happening?
I would have been like, when we went out to eat the other day and we were walking downtown and you sent me the messages. I feel like this is a whole thing. Like, I think it might. It's not with production, but I think the whole we're going off of a storyline or rumors off of this person that has like what I seen the top or had like 16 followers. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like. This is not real. Yeah. This is not real drama. Like, this is why I feel like I want to watch the earlier seasons of all the Housewives episodes because I feel like they were way more authentic and it was like not manufactured, just like fake beef. Like, not arguing over Facebook friends and fucking bots. Excuse my language.
No, it's okay. No, I agree because it also echoes Potomac. Remember, not this season or last season, maybe the one before, but the whole situation with the blogger who shall not be named, put out the rumors about Wendy's husband, Eddie. He was having an affair and he had a side baby, and all of that turned out to be not true. And of course, all of the women were talking about it. All of the women were sharing the blog post, but it was only Ashley and by way of Giselle, who actually spoke about it and brought it to the show. And then that's when they're like, but you're the one who brought, and that's why Wendy said, oh, that's what we're doing because you're bringing it to the show. So I get it. I get Meredith was being very strategic, sniper from the side, but they all do that. You're like, they're not going to act like they can't act like that. All of them don't have a group chat or DM.
Or they're not watching social media.
They're not watching social media, sharing rumors, sharing everything. They all do it. But it's whether or not you are going to. And the reason why I'm not going to say take the bait when it comes to Monica is because I think Monica was with it. I don't think that she's a victim of Meredith.
But I'm not taking the bait.
She just didn't want to be the only one.
She just didn't. She just realized, wait a minute, I'm going to be the only one holding the bag. So that's why she's like, Meredith set me up, you guys. When we see the promo, she's like, Meredith brought me all this information because she wants to now flip it like it was all on Meredith.
But
which I don't think is true.
When she was completely co-signing it.
I think she was 100% complicit. That's why she brought it up. Meredith didn't bring it up. Monica brought it up.
I feel like Meredith knew Monica was going to bring it up because she's a rookie. And I feel like Whitney, because I said it earlier, Whitney stays meddling in people's business. But they used Whitney in the beginning seasons how Monica's being used. I feel like they just go after people they just can manipulate. And I feel like Meredith knew Monica was going to say something. I feel that. And I feel like Monica was on bait. And the reason why I feel that too is because one, she never told Angie, okay, she never told her like as a friend, like, hey, this is what was sent to me. Like, this is stupid. This is silly. So that's number one. And number two, the next episode, I think she's talking to Whitney about the messages she's seen. Like, why aren't you bringing it up to your friend? Like, that's my whole thing. So where I feel like she is in on it. You know what I mean? Just to be messy and start shit, because you're not going to the actual
Exactly.
person
You're not
that
acting innocent. Yeah.
Exactly.
You're
or
doing what
it would be
innocent
better.
people do.
It would be better. It would be better if, I mean, she'd probably still get attacked, but
Mhm.
it would be better if she did the whole, you know, they're at a dinner party and then she brings it up at the dinner, but she's talking directly to Angie K. Like
I don't want to talk behind your back, just to let you know. Yeah.
Like me, and then she probably could have like dragged in Meredith a little bit and been like,
Yep.
me and Meredith were talking, and Meredith showed me this, and I just want to let you know because I'm a friend. And she could have easily twisted it that way, and she probably would have like got a couple people like being like, okay, I see how you did that, Monica, because Meredith thought that she was gonna play her, and she'd like, checkmate, I'm playing chess, not checkers, you know, but she failed. So
100, I agree 100% with that, Chels, because that's a really valid point. If Monica really was just a victim of Meredith, she would have went to Angie, because she goes to Angie all the time with all types of stuff, and said,
cool, yeah.
Exactly. She'd be like, hey, girl, listen, Meredith is trying to set you up. She's sending me all this stuff. I just want to put you on notice. But what Monica did was she kissed Meredith's butt this entire episode. Meredith, do you want my blanket? Meredith, do you want a bath? Meredith, are you okay? Do you want some food? And Monica was the one. Remember, she was kissing her butt this entire episode. And then Monica was the one who brought it up. She literally, by herself, brought it to the show. Meredith may have put the bug in her ear by sending her this stuff.
She planted the seed for sure.
She planted the seed for sure, but Monica had no problem co-signing it. And I agree, that look on her face was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to be the one holding the bag. And just like Monica does, the way she threw her mother under the bus, the way she threw everybody under the bus, she then now is trying to say, oh, Meredith set me up, Meredith sent me all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. And Lisa Barlow, because she's still in her feelings that Meredith just got the better of her when they were feuding, I mean, that's just what it is. She's still in her feelings about it. She's being triggered. You did this to me. You're done, Meredith, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Lisa, like, I love you, girl, but like, can we just like park that? Can we compartmentalize something? Because at the end of the day, nothing about Angie's life, her husband being gay, rumors, cheating, rumors, bankruptcy, rumors, Greek mafia, rumors, financial problems, rumors, none of that would be on camera if it did not come from Monica's mouth. So she has to take accountability for what she said. And she may be new, but she's not a rookie. You can tell she has studied Housewives, and you can tell she studied Jen. So Monica is new, but she is not a rookie. She came in fighting. There's a reason why she's sitting next to Andy. You know?
That fact? Do we know for sure?
Yeah. Yeah, the seating chart came out. It's Andy, and then on one side it's Monica, the other side's Heather.
That's outrageous.
Yeah, so she's new on the show, but she's not a rookie. She knows what she's doing. And she knows what she's doing.
Did you catch my comment?
Which one, babe?
They had someone exposed who her ex-brother-in-law was. He's a cop, so I'm wondering.
Oh yeah, he is a cop.
I'm wondering if that was her thing. Like she said, a Secret Service, but what if it just was a cop? Because sometimes cops are friends with other cops and they can know stuff.
It could be. I mean, it could be.
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Yeah. Maybe with some pillow talk.
Right? A little pillow talk. Hey, girl, you need to bounce from Jen. Like, she's on the hook. Oh, really?
I also want to know why she got divorced. Because it wasn't because she had the affair with her brother-in-law, because that was like 10 years ago, and they reconciled.
They got back together after that.
They got back together, they reconciled, and they only filed for divorce this June, and they only got legally divorced this October. So I want to know, why did they get divorced a month ago?
That's crazy, because she would have still seen the brother-in-law. Imagine them being together.
No. The brother-in-law and his sister divorced.
Oh, they did. Oh,
they actually
maybe
got
that's
divorced.
why they were able to get back together. She knows she didn't have to run into him again or whatever.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Okay,
that makes more sense. But like, I mean,
I wonder how the sister-in-law feels and the children feel. I wonder how the other children feel, the other cousins feel, and I wonder how the mom, the sister feels.
I wonder if there's like cousins like strife now too. Yeah, your mom broke up our family, blah blah.
It's like an
Yeah,
unknown of
that's
like
a
the
mess.
Teresa and Melissa, their children type
That's
of.
why it wasn't just cheating. It was like creating trauma in a family.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I think I seen some meme that was like, not Monica not drinking till in her 30s because of like religion, but she had no problem having an affair with her
I
family
mean,
member of
this is what I'm
2 years.
talking about. It's just,
Yeah.
oh, you thought that was making you a good person? That's funny. It's a
Yeah, I
mess.
don't know. I feel like the Whitney, Lisa, Heather thing, that triangle, I don't really even like care for. I'm team Lisa. Whitney is like, I feel like I like Whitney all seasons, and right now I'm not really feeling her. And
Yep.
Heather's just, I feel
Isn't
like
she a
Heather's,
single white female?
yeah, it's giving single white female. I feel like that's how I feel about Whitney. Like there's seasons that I like her and there's seasons that I don't. I feel like this season I could do without her.
I think she's completely unhinged and in love with Lisa.
Yeah, I feel like they have like an obsession. When Heather, yeah, like they were at the table and Whitney said something and Heather looked at Lisa like, you better defend. I don't know if she said you better defend me or you better have my back or something. And Lisa was like, no, no, I got it. And like she said something back to Whitney, and I was like, what is going on? Like this is
These
a
two girls
lot.
have always been obsessed with Lisa. I think the only difference is Whitney is actually like fully in love with her. And but in a creepy way,
Like
like
how
might
Whitney
want to
said
wear
that
her
comment.
skin.
What did Whitney say? Like, no one knows the relationship we have because the girls would be jealous. I was like, why would she even say that? Like, that was
That is
stupid to
very
say.
weird and very and just reveals who she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see when Lisa like laughed nervously, she was like, "Oh,
She's like,
yeah!"
wait,
Like she was
what?
like, "Oh my god!"
Right. She's like,
She was
yikes.
like, "Yikes!" Because this is the thing: Lisa doesn't think any of these chicks are friends. Lisa thinks these chicks are her coworkers. Like, let's just be honest. And
Right.
the way that Whitney was talking was so psycho and so weird. Just so
Deranged.
weird.
Like actually deranged
Can I
and
ask you
scary.
guys? Can I ask
Yeah.
y'all? Would you have given up your bathtub?
Absolutely
Would you have
not.
given
Actually,
up your
yes.
room?
Yes. I was actually thinking about this. Wait, Natasha, you go first, then I'll go.
I don't think I would just because of the sheer fact of her making a big deal. If she hadn't made a big deal, I would have. Because I would have felt bad because she was feeling bad. But because she made a big stink about it, that would have made me like not even want to do it anymore.
What if it was like your friend? What if it was what if it was like you're on a girls trip and it was like your friend?
And she was having a really bad day, then yeah. As long as she wasn't a brat about it.
See, for me, because she made a big deal about it, I would. Like, I'm like the opposite when it comes to that because it wasn't. If this is a thing, if it's not a big deal to me, and this is like my friend, and it's a big deal to her, I have no problem conceding to that. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm just like in a really nice room and it has a bath, and I'm just gonna switch with her to another really nice room that doesn't have a bath, and a bath really doesn't affect me, then yeah, I would. I would because it's like not that big of a deal to me. But would I do it if like I was invested in having this particular room and this particular bath and it really meant to the world to me? Then no, because I wouldn't sacrifice myself for somebody else in that way. But if it's not a sacrifice to me, then why not make my friend happy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But she was like,
I
I
would.
went to
I would just be like, okay. I'd be like, okay, Mayor. Like, okay, sweetheart. Let's just switch rooms. You can have the bath. It's okay, sweetheart, because it's really not that big of a
apparently
deal.
Lisa had the best views though.
Yeah, but I'm not Lisa. I didn't have her room. She said, "What would we do?"
I feel like all the girls.
that's
I
true.
feel like all
Yeah.
the girls were like,
They were being
you know,
spiteful.
they were just like at the dinner party. This is the thing. This is where I feel. Remember how Whitney? We talked about this like last week with the last episode. How she was getting away with saying with the excuse of like Lisa not being there for her, but she was really mad about something else. I don't know what's the word for that. Like she was really mad about Lisa giving Heather the gift. Well,
Right.
in this sense, I feel like kind of the same with Meredith, and I understand what she means because I'm all about this. But like, if she felt disrespected and hurt by the group, right? Like her feelings were hurt that she felt that no one really cared about her, and everyone knows how much she loves Bathtub. and all she wanted was an apology, right? Like, because she ended up saying that too at the group dinner, and they finally did say, "I'm sorry," and then she said it again with Monica. But what I really feel like is that she wanted one of them girls to give up their damn rooms for her. Like, it wasn't just about an apology. I think she really wanted one of the girls, to give up her room. But at the end of the day, she got her apology, so let it be that. But I was like, girl, I think you really just wanted to
Of
get a
course,
bathtub and you're sad.
of course, you want a bathroom because that's the thing. It's like we're all
She's
human.
making her whole personality a bathtub.
My thing is on the bus though, like on the way there, I would have asked Heather or Monica, who do all the rooms have bathtubs, and I need one. I would have made that,
just be like, hey
right
Heather,
there.
can I just have one? Like, my only request is just have one with a bathtub, please. I'm not
No.
gonna be a diva. That's just my only request. No, she went about it an annoying way.
I don't know. I thought she was. I thought it was more of like an OG iconic moment. She was giving like Vicky in the Sprinter van. She was giving Ramona in the room. Like I thought it was like a vibe. But I think the reason why she didn't say that was because it had already been covered in the conversation, which again makes Whitney, to me, just corny. Like Whitney is so corny because in the van, Whitney is the one who said, well, all Meredith needs is a bath. She needs to make sure that she has a bathtub. That's what Whitney says in the van. And that's what Meredith talks about. She goes, oh yeah, we were talking about me having the bath in the van, and then I'm the only one who didn't get a bathtub. Cut to Whitney in the bathtub making everybody wait. So again, Whitney is just a cornball and is just complete garbage for that, because like literally when Meredith was in the van being sick, Whitney was the one who said we have to make sure she has the bathtub.
Yeah,
that is what
Well,
Whitney
then where
said.
was Whitney giving up her room?
Whitney didn't give up her room. Whitney was the one taking the bath and making everybody wait. Remember when they were doing
they had the little
rum
flashback
tasting, and they did a little flashback. So that's why Meredith was so pissed, because she thought she was going to get a bathtub, but she's like, but everybody else did, because Whitney had that conversation on the bus. Remember?
Yeah, well, Whitney
Did
should
you
have given up
guys-
her room.
And then, of course, Whitney wasn't giving up her room because Whitney's a brat.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see that clip? It was on social media where Mary did an interview, and she was saying how like the production didn't ask her to go on the group trip, like she wasn't invited.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the way that she was kind of answering the questions, and I was like, girl, your whole attitude, I feel like when it's come to the group, like you haven't wanted to do any scenes. Like, I'm over Mary. Like, I'm so, like, she does her one-on-ones, but I just feel like when it comes with group interactions, like, why would they invite you? Like, you don't do anything. Like, to me,
like
you're there.
It's like she wants to be invited just so she can decline.
Yeah, like you want to be.
Exactly.
That's exactly what she wants to do. And then some people, like, they really get off on that. I'm like, it's like a Kardashian. Like, y'all are obsessing over this married girl for what? There's nothing. Like, she's a weirdo. Let me be nice. She's an interesting lady.
You don't have to be nice.
Yeah, you don't have to be.
You don't have to be nice.
I'm like,
let it all fly.
Let it all fly.
Who decided to, marry her family as well. And she want to call, like, I just feel like if you're going to have Mary on there, we need to have someone to match that energy, because Heather took it well, calling her an inbred. But it's the same thing. Like, if Heather would have clapped back and say, oh, I found that interesting seeing as you married your step grandfather, like, but just nonchalant, that would have been gold.
But like said it really like calmly, like it wasn't
exactly like because Mary said it.
Oh, that's so interesting,
Heather,
because
exactly, Natasha, like exactly, like she was like, you really think I'm inbred? And then Mary said yes, and she could have been like, oh, that's interesting seeing as you married your step grandfather, like something like that, and she'd have been, oh,
or be like, well, I guess we have something in common, saying yeah,
yes, like give something, she just took it well, and like that's that. I mean, the shading, like, I used to be plus size, I used to be thick, I call it real healthy. I'm good now. But
I had those moments too, girl. The pandemic.
I just thought that was ugly. I thought that was ugly.
Yeah, the pandemic was rough.
Gucci doesn't like make the size 14. Like, basically she was body shaming her, and I just feel like it's all favoritism, right? Because if it was somebody else, I just felt like she would have been. I thought Mary was going to be dragged a lot more from that comment, but it's all from who says it and who she's attacking. I feel like Heather is like nobody, but Mary's a more of a favorite, I guess, over Heather. But I think like maybe if Heather attacked Mary, would it have been different? Like,
People are like biased towards Mary, and they let her get away with murder.
Yeah,
Literally.
like, yeah, because I was like,
Literally.
oh, I was like, that comment was totally effed up. I was like, the inbred comment, and I was like, she just calling you fat like that? Like, that's hella wrong. And I was like, she got her nerve with her slanted wigs, messed up lashes, like, foundation never matches. Stop.
You better preach, Chels. You better preach.
I was just like, I need like a Real Housewives of Atlanta shade to go over there, and then we can have Mary on or something.
It was giving like Twilight Zone. Yeah, like why aren't we stating the obvious here?
And I just hate that it's I'm a little like cringe because I'm like, this is a Black woman. Like, I don't want this to be in Salt Lake. This is not like, no, I don't want that to be represented there. Get somebody else. That's just like, she's too cuckoo. At least if you have her, at least if you have her, can we have somebody else, another person of color, like on there that's, not like that? Because I don't like that.
Not completely deranged.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So we'll see. I honestly feel like next episode, I'm like, how long is this trip going to play out? Because I don't think we're going to get to the scene next.
I saw that too.
They need
They're dragging
to.
it out.
They're dragging it out.
I think we have a whole other episode before we get to that.
No, y'all are lying.
I think we do too.
Once I saw that sneak peek, I was like, are we serious? There's a whole other episode.
It's too much. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, we need it now. It's too much. It's too much because at this point, it's giving Scandival. It's giving like, unless it is something truly explosive, whatever it is, it's going to flop. It's going to be flat because when you build something too much for too long, you have to like really exactly.
I know.
Because at this point, if it's anything we've said, any conspiracy theory we heard, it's not going to be satisfying. Like, I want it to be something that I'm like, oh my God, I never thought of that. I can't believe it. Mind blown.
And I better not be disappointed like I was to Married to Medicine when Quad's butt hopped out the damn coffin.
Thank you. I thought it was Mariah.
I was low-key praying that it was Mariah. And then when I seen Mother, I was like, oh, it's about to go up. And I seen Quad pop up. I was like, are you
kidding me?
I was like, are you kidding me? I was like,
I agree.
And I was like, Mother. And I was like, Mother. I was like, no, y'all are hyping her up way too much. Her casting to say Mother. Please.
Way too much.
And I just don't want to be disappointed like that when it comes to this finale that I think they're going to play it into.
100%. This is a weird segue, but it made me think of this for some weird reason. Do you watch Basketball Wives Orlando?
I don't. I listen to some recaps.
Yeah.
I might get into it, but who's the girl that was on there that used to be on the one in LA? Is her name Megan? Is it Megan?
Oh yeah, Megan. Yeah.
I might watch it only because of her. I kind of liked her.
She's messy.
Is she messy? I remember her being messy, but I'm gonna see. I don't know. The Basketball Wives.
Yeah, the only reason why I thought of it is because there's a girl on there named Mulan, and she looks like and acts like a baby Mariah Carey. And for whatever reason, when the mother came up, I thought of Mariah Carey. So that was just where my little mind went. But yeah, but yeah, she's like a baby Mariah Carey. She's so funny.
Not a baby.
I used to watch Mariah Carey. Basketball Wives, like, back when it was popping, like when Evelyn, Shawnee, Tammy, when Jennifer, when all them. Remember when Jennifer, she had that husband with the knot on his head?
He was so disrespectful.
He was so like I remember watching it in high school. Like I watched it like during those times, and then it's like.
How long has it been on the show?
It's been on for at least over 10 years.
Yeah, they're on season 11 now. For the original Basketball Wives, they're on season 11 now, and it's airing in tandem with Orlando. And it's Jennifer's back, Jackie's back. Who else is back? Jennifer, Jackie.
I felt really bad
because I remember Jackie and Jennifer.
Yeah,
I felt bad when Jackie and Evelyn was it Jackie? No, is it Jack? Not Jackie. I'm sorry. Jennifer and Evelyn fell out.
Yeah, they're back friends now.
They're friends now because they were like really, really good friends, and they had a nasty fallout. I was like, ooh, dang.
Yeah, Evelyn fought this girl for Jennifer like 2 episodes ago.
I seen that. She snatched
Clayana's wig. I feel bad for Clayana.
I don't watch that one either.
Yeah.
I've watched a little. I've heard some recaps on it, just seeing like what's going on. I really can't stand Shawnee. That's who I really don't like.
Oh God,
Shawnee's
no
not
one likes
back.
her.
Shawnee's
And
not back.
then who I liked and she got fired. Shawnee fired her because the girl called her a bitch.
Brandy.
Brandy. I kind of
Yep.
liked Brandy. I liked her, but I was like,
Brandy
girl,
was
you can't.
back the season before this one.
Is she? I was
They
like, you
had her
can't
back the season before
call.
this one. Yeah.
I watched it when British Williams was on there.
British is going to jail for 4 years. You saw
I
that?
seen that. I seen that. I said,
Yeah.
dang.
Like people, PSA, don't commit fraud. Just stop.
Yeah. Like,
If you have a thought to do fraud,
Like, you're
don't.
not gonna get rid of it.
You're
It doesn't
gonna
matter
get
how
you guys,
long.
can we talk about how excited I am to see Gertie get in Larsa's ASS tonight?
Is
Like,
she?
Yes. Is it tonight or
I
tomorrow night?
wait,
It's
today's
tonight.
Wednesday, right?
Oh no, it's Wednesday. It is tonight.
It's tonight, girl, and I cannot wait. Like,
No,
I need her.
no, it's tomorrow night.
No, it's
No,
tonight.
it's tonight.
Miami's tonight?
Yeah,
Yep,
after
it's right after. It's
Beverly
right after
Hills.
Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
They're back to back on Wednesdays.
Y'all
Yes,
pray,
girl.
y'all
Not
pray,
Peacock,
pray,
though.
pray for my mind. Pray for my mind.
No, like I have been waiting. I am like, I don't understand how people, like, how she still has fan base and everything. Like that is like,
I don't understand it
so-
either. I feel like people are actually just shows who their character is if they support that kind of thing. It's insane.
It
I
is
agree.
disgusting. And then like she keeps digging herself further, further and further, and I'm like,
Because that's who she is. Like, she can't climb out of it because that's who she is. She's just revealing who she really is because she's in that comfort zone of like her fake love or whatever. So she's like, her mask is like a little looser than it normally is. So I
such
feel
an
like,
ugly person. Like I'm so
right?
glad I seen Gertie. I seen a thing on social media where Gertie had an interview, and I'm glad she pointed it out. She was like, Larsa had the nerve to tell her two best friends, they're not my best friends. So the fact that she felt the need to even tell my business like that, like, yeah, she's just someone that is just, I can't remember what she said after, but she was dogging her. And I was like, yes, thank you. Because Larsa, you're not getting out of this. Like, you're completely out of line, and just own it up and sincerely apologize. But she wants to come like, because obviously Gertie's upset, right? So she's like,
Right.
all right, you want to buck up? I'm a buck up too. No, girl, you need to bow down because you were wrong.
Basically.
And you lucky she don't pounce on you. Like, I'm just like
Like,
if
are
I
you
was
out of
Gertie's-
your mind? This woman has cancer. Like, are you out of your mind?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you literally out of your mind?
Like,
to
you're
act
not
like
gonna
that?
win this one. You're only looking psychotic and evil.
When
Stop.
what's her face? When Dr. Nicole said that Larsa called her and said, "Did she even have cancer?" I said, "Oh no, it's a
sick.
wrap." I was like, "It's a wrap." Like,
Right.
I literally, and I was like, I felt bad that Dr. Nicole said that to her while they were at, Julia's wife's because I was
cancer
like,
thing. Yeah.
that would make me want to explode. Like I told you, like, I'm a popper, so like I would go off. Like,
Yeah.
so I hope
And
she
She
does
would be
get in her.
absolutely
I think so
dead to
too.
me, never to return.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna get into this theory when we because we will recap Miami. We definitely will this week. So, but I'll get into this, and this might be a little controversial, and I don't want to make everything about race, but in my heart, this is what I truly believe. Do not forget that Larsa used to be a Kardashian clone and was all friends with the Kardashians, right?
Mhm.
I, in my soul, believe that the Kardashians / Jenners / their lackeys, which would be a Larsa, like to appropriate Black culture while hating Black women. And I do think that Larsa hates Black women. And I mean that in the most real way. I think that she will befriend them. I think she will have sex with Black men, obviously. But I think she hates Black women. Look at the way she treats Larsa, and look at the way, Gertie, and look at the way she treats Kiki. She treats them like they are disposable, like they are her lackeys. And she's very, very dismissive and disrespectful towards them. Very similar to the way the Kardashians treat their Black friends. You know?
I've noticed that, and I was really surprised.
Yeah, I thought that was obvious.
Right?
Everything on social media.
That's not a secret.
Yeah.
Garcelle had a picture posted like with Larsa. I mean, maybe it's just a picture, but I'm like, if Garcelle and Larsa were on the same show, I feel like Garcelle would not mess with Larsa. Or that's something like, how could you want to be associated with someone that like cruel,
And she's cruel to someone from your country, boo boo. What are you doing?
Yeah, like what's up with that? Like I Do you
What
guys
kind
remember
of
season 1 of Miami? Like how she used to act? Because I watched it not too long ago. I'm like, she's just a complete different person. The way she talks and like everything.
In
I
her
didn't mind.
face.
And her face, like she's just everything.
Everything.
she is completely unrecognizable from every aspect of who she is.
Yeah.
It's
A-
terrifying and
Adam
weird
says,
and not normal.
totally. Adam says, Miami is annoying me. Larsa's disgusting. Aside from Nicole's small house tour, it's a sleeping pill. I kind of agree with that. Then he says, the
You guys
problem
don't
with
like
this
it?
show, it's a little flat this season. I do think that.
Lisa's
I'm
getting on my
enjoying it.
nerves.
I'm enjoying it, but I think it's because I'm so disgusted with Larsa that it's like it's kind of poisoning everything else. And then
I think
Adam
they
says the
get, yeah.
problem with this show is that too many people need to be fired. Monica, Whitney, and Angie all need to go. I agree with that. I definitely think that the first person who needs to go to me is Monica. Second is Angie. Third is Whitney. What about you guys?
You go, Natasha. I got to think about this.
Sorry, I just got distracted
Oh, it's okay.
by some new rumor about Andy Cohen dating John Mayer and them moving in together. Sorry.
Oh.
That's not a new rumor.
No, but they're like actually official now. Like they lived together and they were all over each other at a recent event.
I knew that. That John Mayer moved in with Andy Cohen. And then
I
they
didn't
were
know that.
Yeah, and what's her
When
face?
did that happen?
This was a while ago. When did and then who did he used to date? Was it Taylor Swift he used to date or somebody or Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston, something like that. And they're like, yeah, John Mayer moves really fast. He like moves in with people and everything. And then John Mayer and Andy Cohen were at it was like in the Hamptons or someplace like that, but they were seen like canoodling. They've been a couple. That's like
I think so too. I think they've been
a
hookup
couple.
friends.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah, I ran into him one time when I was like literally fresh off the boat from Maryland, living in New York, and I was like meeting a friend in the Lower East Side, and he was like on drugs, like snorting, like and almost like ran me off the sidewalk, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, he's a
He was
mess.
gross. He was so
Yeah.
gross. I was like
Yeah, Adam
scared.
says
I
it
was
was Taylor Swift. Yeah, it was Taylor Swift he moved really fast with. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's like a big open secret. They've been a couple for a while.
yeah.
I think before he had his second child. I think he's been with him since Benji. And I think they were together before he had the second one. Because doesn't Andy have 2 kids now?
Yeah, he has a girl.
Yeah, he has a girl. I think even before the girl, they've been together. Yeah. Is it by official? Do you mean like they've made a public statement official or just more of the same official?
More of the same, but like just more like you might as well say it. Boo boos.
Yeah.
You know.
Yikes.
Very, very weird. Oh my god. But yeah, Salt Lake City. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Wait, what is the order of what was the question? Order of the 3?
Yeah, so Monica, Angie, Whitney. The first question is, do they need to be fired? And then the second is, in what order should they be fired? It might have been Jessica Simpson too. Thank you, Sweetness Overload. I love that name.
Yeah, I know. It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm jealous. I wish I had like a clever name instead of like. I feel
mean,
like I have like a 2002 like AOL screen name or something.
I mean, my name's Candy, so the Sweetness. I was like, oh my god, I'll take it.
Oh, gotcha. True. I don't know. Like after this episode, I almost feel like Whitney took over like the worst, even before Monica. But like, yeah, you're right. But if I'm gonna say it, Angie is doing absolutely nothing. So it's almost like she does need to go. Monica needs to go too because she's very toxic. Then Whitney, even though I can't decide with Whitney and Monica, they're almost like. But like Monica is an actual menace, so she should probably go. What do you think, Chels?
I think. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
My audio is messing up. I think that Monica can go. Angie, I don't mind Angie, but I feel like I can tell it feels to me like it feels like it's forced drama that she's starting to stay relevant on the show. So that's where I'm like, okay, you can just go. And then Whitney, I wouldn't mind if Whitney stayed and they brought somebody to like call out Whitney on her ish, kind of like Mary does, but in a different way. And Mary can go.
Yeah, Mary needs to go. I forget she's
Yeah.
there, to be honest. I actually did
I don't
forget
even
she
want
was
her as
there.
a friend of the show. She's just like, just go.
I co-sign that. I agree 100%.
It's a waste of time. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
it's
Shout out
not
to
giving
Miss
what they
T.
thought.
Hey, Miss T. You're not too late. You're just right on time. Anytime you can come, you can come. It's cool. Welcome, sweetheart.
And
Had to
Mary
shout out
doesn't
my
trust
mom.
the girls, so everything that's going on with like her family and personal life, you know, they would obviously question that or ask about it, and she doesn't trust them. So don't even know if she would come back next season.
I think it's
Mary
weird that she
needs to
came
worry
back.
about her son and shut up.
You know,
While she's out here shaming
Right?
people
She's
for
got
being
bigger
inbred
problems than this
and talking
stuff.
about
right?
Gucci sizes, Mary needs to worry about her problematic child who is
Yeah,
literally
get
going
her
to hell
son
in a
together.
handbasket. Like, go get your child, sweetheart, because it's scary.
Yeah, put the Gucci down and go
Put the
get your
Gucci
child.
down. Stop acting like you're God. You're not. Stop stealing from your congregation. They're over it. And go get your kid. Because he's out here wilding on the YouTube streets. Like, tell him to stop. Go get your kid.
They're over it.
Yeah, go get your kid. Like, first of all, who is out here on Instagram and Twitter and the Snapchat posting pics of doing drugs? Like,
It's
hello,
weird. It's
sir.
giving like crying out for help.
Hello, exactly. Like, come on, go get your son, because he's probably, I mean, how he has to be messed up in the head when the entire, not just the entire world, but growing up and your entire community knows that your mother, you are the product of your mother and your great grandfather. Like, that can't be a nice mental space to be in as a person.
Like your dad is literally your great grandfather.
Yeah.
Like your dad hooked up with your grandma and was married to her.
Yeah.
That's psycho.
That's disgusting and psycho. It's like, oh, I call
Your
you father,
dad
but you're also my step
slept
great
with your grandma
grandfather.
and your mom. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Your dad slept with your grandmother and your mom. It's gross. It's gross. And so imagine being a kid growing up as that incest kid, because even though it's step, sure, the gag is when somebody hears my mother married my grandfather, step doesn't really matter.
Mm-mm.
So I'm not shocked he has some issues. And then look at Mary. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh my God. I just saw this thing. It was like, shout out to the Salt Lake City gals for keeping the goofy sunglasses industry afloat.
Mhm.
They all, and what were those 3 gems glued to her forehead? Did you catch that? Angie had glued 3 gems on her forehead with those gigantic, stupid glasses of hers.
Yeah, because she said that she had what do you call it? Zits. Just they were covering her pimples.
Okay.
That's what she said, that they were covering the pimples, remember?
Oh, I didn't catch that. I was just like, why does she have this? I just kind of fast forward and don't pay attention. I think I do that subconsciously.
Yeah. It was her pimples that she was covering up.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Ugh. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot going on tonight with Miami and the dinner party, Beverly
Yeah.
Hills. Apparently I saw a sneak peek and Sutton is hilarious. She's so hilarious that even the new girl laughs. She was like,
Yeah.
Kyle, you know I can't stand on my head.
Yeah, Erica and the new girl laugh. Yeah, Angie had a pimple. Yeah. But in that scene though, and I'll break it down when we do the Beverly Hills recap. I actually think the culprit is Dorit. Because
Oh,
Dorit was
yeah.
the one who went to Kyle and was like, "Oh, this is what Sutton said to stir the pot." Because I think that Dorit is desperate to get Kyle thrown under the
Back.
bus. Yeah. She wants to get Kyle thrown under the bus. She wants all the cheating rumors exposed because Dorit has done the absolute most. Again, we'll do it with the breakdown, but like Dorit was the one who brought up the Mauricio problems in the very first place on camera with Kyle, not once but twice. She was the one who at the dinner went up to Sutton and said, "Oh, are you going to have that conversation with Kyle?" She was the one who, when Anne Marie was at the dinner table being like, "Well, what are you talking about? You keep saying something, but you're not saying it." She was like, "Yeah, say it, say it." She was egging her on. And then now again, she goes up to Kyle and says, "Oh, Sutton says that you are in denial about something. What is it?" And then she is standing there with Kyle to Sutton and is like, "Yeah, what is it? Say it, Sutton." Like, so she keeps trying to get to getting whatever this quote thing is out. But Kyle is too stupid to see that the real person who is trying to get all her rumors and marriage and stuff out there is Dorit. Because Dorit has been at the center of it in every single scene.
Mm-hmm. She's that psycho mistress trying to like move things along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dorit's not. I see through Dorit too. Someone told me. Someone, I forgot who told me, but they said they seen something like they feel like there's something bigger, that Dorit, her hair is like not bleach blonde how it normally is, like, and then the fact that she's not traveling like with the makeup team.
Mm-hmm.
Something about her finances being in trouble. Because like I said, I haven't watched the past seasons, but apparently like her hair is always like super super blonde, and she's always traveling like with the makeup team.
Yeah, we did a deep dive into like, I think it was like either like 5 signs or 10 signs that like PK and Dorit are broke. And one of the signs was that she stopped bleaching her hair because that's really expensive. One was
Yeah,
that
that's what I heard.
she stopped traveling with glam, and then the other ones are just all the fraud that they've allegedly done. All of
Okay.
his bankruptcies and gambling debts and all of that stuff. And that the fact that he rented her birthday gift, the necklace, instead of actually buying her something, he rented it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, I look forward to hearing the recap. I got
Yeah.
to go. I have to
Okay,
pick up
sweetheart.
something from Kohl's, but nice talking to y'all.
You
I know I gotta
too.
go too. I'm starving.
Me
Thanks.
3.
Thanks for having us up per usual.
I know.
Ow, always. Thank you guys
Bye.
for coming. Love you
Bye.
guys. Bye. Shout out to my wonderful panelists. Thank you so much, Natoski. And again, thank you, Natoski, for sending me that conspiracy theory on what the Bermuda Call is about. Appreciate you. Thank you so much to Chalice for coming up and chatting. As always, shout out to my beautiful mod, Miss T. I appreciate you. And thank you so much, chat. Thank you, Sweetness Overload, Reality Connoisseur. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, everybody. We had so much fun as always. And be sure to put down your thoughts, your ideas. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tay Tay the Savior. Thank you, everybody else for joining. Thank you, LRGA Curves. And I think I got everybody. Thank you, Virgo Queen. If I missed you, I apologize. But thank you guys. This has been so much fun. Be sure to put down your ideas and your thoughts. And before you do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you next time. Bye.